Good afternoon, families, friends, staff, classmates, members of the Board of Trustees, Fiona Walter, Debbie Torek, Catherine Vonnegut, Sanjay Dave, Bill Falaise, and Superintendent Dr. Nellie Meyer. My name is Jessica Dooley, and this afternoon, Evan Fine and I will be your Masters of Ceremonies.
Can we please have a round of applause for the Los Altos High School Combined Orchestra and Bands, under the direction of Mr. Ted Ferrucci. We would also like to thank PayPal Stadium and the Earthquakes for allowing us to use this amazing facility for our graduation ceremony this afternoon.
Standing here today in front of you all, I would like to acknowledge all that we, the class of 2021, have overcome. The challenges that bonded our class started long before March of 2020. They started when we first entered the Los Altos campus together. And as we sit beside each other today, it's hard not to be reminded that we haven't been all together for over a year. This afternoon, we are here to remember the times that we have shared, the fun that we have had, and all that we have learned over the past 4 years. We have overcome far more than many graduating classes before us. So as we sit here together, minutes away from receiving a diploma that signifies all our hard work, we hope that you truly credit yourself for all you have accomplished over the past 4 years.
When we entered LAHS as freshmen, we were individuals, each bringing our own story. But over time, we've created our collective story, the story of the Los Altos High School class of 2021. The challenges that we have faced, both personally and together as a class, have made us more resilient and infinitely prepared for the future. But more importantly, they have woven us into the fabric of our community, a community made of our families, our friends, our hopes and our dreams, and the LAHS staff who have supported us through our high school journey. As Jessica shared, we are so thankful that we are here together to celebrate our class and all of our accomplishments.
Now, it is my pleasure to introduce Arsh Merchant, who will be leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Graduates and families, please rise and remove your hats and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated.
And now, it is my honor to introduce our principal, Wynne Satterwhite, who will address our class.
Good afternoon. It is a pleasure to welcome you all to this year's commencement ceremony for the class of 2021. Although we are not gathered at 201 Almond Avenue on Tombert Field, we are here together, and that is something to truly celebrate. This graduation ceremony reflects the experiences of the class of 2021 for the past 12 years and especially for the past extraordinarily challenging 14 months. Despite the virtual conditions they've endured, the friendships that they have made and the lessons they have learned are undeniably real. While there were regular school activities, classes, assemblies, projects, assessments, club meetings, prom, and of course graduation, none of them have been what we have come to expect when you think of a traditional school year. From our Zoom beginnings in March of last year to small cohorts in October, in-seat learning opportunities in April, we have learned a great deal about online learning, our teachers' furry feather family members, our own families, our resilience, and our need for human connection and relationship. In the past months, we have had to reimagine and redefine how we see ourselves in the world. The 2020-2021 school year reminds me of Winnie the Pooh's grand adventure. If you ask me, high school is always a grand adventure. However, our story begins in the imaginary world of the 100-acre woods. On the last day of summer vacation, Christopher Robin leaves a note for Pooh that says he won't be able to play with his friends anymore. As you can imagine, this traumatizes Pooh, Tigger, Piglet, and Rabbit, and they set off to find Christopher Robin and bring him home. With a map showing them through the great unknown, this group faces many obstacles, deals with frustrations, and looks at each other for support and friendship. As the stalwart group faces a series of seemingly overwhelming obstacles in their path, they also realize that they can overcome them, and their confidence grows as they continue towards their goal. In the end, they end up where they were meant to be. Christopher Robin finds Pooh, Piglet, Tigger, and Rabbit in the hallway of his school. He then reads to them the note he left for Pooh, which states, "Promise me that you will always remember that you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and loved more than you know." And that is my message to you, class of 2021. The past 14 months have provided you an opportunity to engage in learning, relationships, and life very differently. You have faced the obstacles of Zoom, Canvas, and sporadic home internet connections. You have met the challenge of the great unknown and have made it here today, where you were meant to be, celebrating your journey with your family and your friends. You have demonstrated your bravery by showing up, your strength by the relationships that you have forged, your wisdom by the choices that you have made, and your compassion through your acts of kindness and outreach to our community. Your grand adventure has been memorable. No one could have imagined we would have spent months in virtual school. At times, sitting in Zoom class felt more like watching your favorite Twitch streamer or TikTok star than attending English or civics. But we still graduated 553 remarkable seniors. You are now no longer seniors, you are young adults, leaving school and heading to careers, jobs, colleges, and all sorts of new possibilities. Embarking into a world that you will redefine and reimagine to be a better place for all of us. Our hope is that you continue to believe in yourselves and your ability to overcome obstacles and anything in your path. That you show up for your friends, your family, and your community, and that you always remember that life is a journey to be experienced, not a problem to be solved. Congratulations, class of 2021. We wish you the very best in your next grand adventure. Thank you.
Each year, seniors audition to address the graduating class. The speaker is selected by a committee consisting of faculty, administrators, and students. After much deliberation, a student was chosen to share their thoughts with us this afternoon. Please welcome our amazing student speaker, Amanda Lay.
Class of 2021, we made it. We were born in the year of MySpace's creation, yup, and we're here now, graduating in the year of uncertainty. When I think about our class, I think about a class that defies expectations. As underclassmen showing off braces and bright green class shirts, we won first place in the infamous lip sync battle and showed Los Altos that we mean business. But more than that, we experienced high school in an unconventional way and tackled these challenges head on. We battled wildfires, then unjust immigration policies, gun violence, climate change, and systemic racism. And through it all, we showed the world that class of 2021 does not sit on the sidelines. Supported by teachers and administrators, our time at Los Altos taught us to march out, speak up, and refuse to accept things the way they are. And when the pandemic hit, we learned more than we ever could in the classroom. Done with masks and tasks of social distancing, we learned more than we ever could. We realized that we all have a duty to protect the people around us. After quarantining, I remember seeing so many of my classmates at Black Lives Matter protest, the first time I saw them in months. In that moment, I finally understood that the support our class has for each other isn't limited to cheering on tug-of-war at rallies. We showed up for our classmates and our community, some of us delivering masks to healthcare workers, and others selling baked goods to fight racial injustice. And more than any class before us, we learned to really, really appreciate the small moments. Laughing until crying with my friends at lunch, all of us crowded on a 400-wing table, devouring those 50-cent cookies. Frantically waving and leisurely chatting during passing periods. Those friendships that we've made with bio lab partners, history project members, and random classmates we have to stumble through a presentation with. Let's celebrate the friendships that are so unexpected, but so meaningful. And I can't leave without saying thank you to our teachers and administrators. And no, I don't mean the thank you that most of us have been doing this year, unmuting at the end of the Zoom call just to say thank you after not speaking for the whole hour and a half before. A genuine thank you to our teachers for staying hours after school to support us at Broken Box productions, music concerts, and sports games. For waking up at 5 a.m. to beat morning traffic. And for opening your classrooms for lunch and a friendly face. And thank you to our administrators for making our senior event and this graduation possible. We would not be here today without you. And lastly, thank you to our families. I stand here today proudly as a daughter of immigrants, just like many of my classmates. My time at Los Altos has meant as much to me as it does to my parents. In fact, last year, my dad volunteered at the pizza cart and returned with the biggest grin, honored that some of our classmates waved and exclaimed, "Hi, Mr. Lay," to him. Dad and Mom, your sacrifices have not gone unnoticed, and I hope Chris and I made you proud. So, congratulations, seniors. Being a high schooler during a pandemic taught us that we can't predict the future and we can't take any memory for granted. But in the face of these obstacles, we are resilient. We are optimistic. We are the class of fighters. Thank you, Los Altos class of 2021, for letting me fight alongside you. You are the kindest and most amazing people I know. And these past 4 years, I have felt so extremely loved and supported. Moving forward to whatever your post-grad plans are, I hope that you find a community as special as the one we built together. I am so excited to see you all continue to defy expectations. Thank you.
Thank you, Amanda. Under the direction of Miss Lauren Diaz, Volare, our premier vocal ensemble, will share one voice featuring 5 of our senior singers and Seasons of Love. So please welcome Elizabeth Barnett, Bianca Bogdanik, Diana Galstian, Amara Lynn, and Abby Shaked to the stage.
This is the sound of one voice, one spirit, one voice, the sound of one who makes a choice. This is the sound of one voice. This is the sound of one voice. This is the sound of voices too. The sound of me singing with you, helping each other to make it through. This is the sound of voices too. This is the sound of voices too. This is the sound of voices 3, singing together in harmony, surrendering to the mystery. This is the sound of voices 3. This is the sound of voices 3. This is the sound of all of us, singing with love and the will to trust. Leave the rest behind, it'll turn to dust. This is the sound of all of us. This is the sound of all of us. This is the sound of one voice, one people, one voice, a song for every one of us. This is the sound of one voice. This is the sound of one voice. 525,600 minutes, 525,000 moments so dear, 525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year? In daylights, in sunsets, in midnights, in cups of coffee, in inches, in miles, in laughter, in strife, in 525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year in the life? How about love? How about love? How about love? Measure in love. Seasons of love. Seasons of love. 525,600 minutes, 525,000 journeys to plan, 525,600 minutes. How do you measure the life of a woman or a man? In truth that she learned, or in times that he cried, in bridges he burned, or the way that she died. It's time now to sing out, though the story never ends. Let's celebrate, remember a year in the life of first. Remember the love. Remember the love. Remember the love. Measure in love. Seasons of love. Seasons of love. Seasons of love. 525,600 minutes. Seasons of love. 525,000 moments so dear. 525,600 minutes. Seasons of love. Do measure a year in daylights, in sunsets, in midnights, in cups of coffee, in inches, in miles, in laughter, in strife. Seasons of love. 525,600 minutes. Seasons of love. Do measure a year in the life. How about love? Remember the love. Remember the love. Measure in love.
Each year, members of the senior class are recognized for their contributions to the LAHS community. This year, we are breaking tradition and announcing not only the Eagle Awards, but also the New Era Awards here at graduation. The students being recognized for these awards have had an impact not only at LAHS, but also in our local and national communities. We are so very grateful for their contributions and proud of their accomplishments.
The New Era Awards recognize students who represent the best of Los Altos High School's values in and outside of the classroom. The Los Altos administration takes nominations from the staff and selects a group of students whose contributions and daily activities show all of us, students, teachers, staff, and the larger community, the best of what we have to offer as a high school. Ms. Basalo, Mr. Rosenberg, Ms. Woolfolk, and Ms. Castillo will announce the Class of 2021 New Era Awards and the core values that these students embody.
Empower themselves and others who have the confidence and courage to take action, to facilitate change, and who support others in their efforts to take action and create change.
Respect themselves and others, who value the unique individuality of every person and who appreciate the exciting diversity of the world that surrounds them.
Achieve their goals and are willing to do the work to get things done, who have a growth mentality and the willingness to see achievement as both an individual and a collaborative effort.
It is no surprise to anyone that these 18 students have demonstrated new era leadership. They are effective, caring leaders who have empowered our community, respected each other, and achieved amazing outcomes. Please join us in a round of applause for these wonderful leaders.
Ethan Apfelberg. Isabel Burney. Soham Bonargiri. Owen Bruner. Maya Bryan. Margaret Capetz. Audrey Chang. Diana Diaz. Jessica Dooley. Benjamin Falkenberg. Leo Jacques. Zarina Khader. Amanda Lee. Zane Merchant. Lauren Morimoto. Maria Fernanda Palacios Martinez. Sofia Rodriguez Baquero. Jessica Young.
The Eagle Award is presented by the administration to a graduating senior, or in this case, 4 graduating seniors who've demonstrated outstanding leadership, scholarship, and citizenship throughout their 4 years at Los Altos High School. As always, it was very difficult to narrow down the list. However, 4 students stood out among their peers in their dedication to building a better community at LAHS. We would like to acknowledge Jess Dooley, Margaret Capez, Audrey Chang, and Ben Falkenberg as this year's Eagle Award recipients. It would be easy to extol the individual accomplishments of these 4 students, but the sum of their impact on the LAHS community is greater than their individual contributions. Jessica, Audrey, Margaret, and Ben have demonstrated outstanding scholarship as measured by classwork, teacher comments, grades, and ambitious future plans. Their academic achievements have been amazing. They have demonstrated their leadership in athletics, class council, ASB, speech and debate, and community outreach. In each case, they lead by example and character, never asking their peers to do something they weren't willing to do themselves. They represent the kind of service through leadership that is at once modest and inspiring. They have been stellar citizens, not only in the LAHS campus, but also in the greater community, where their leadership has provided opportunities and changed lives. They are also all innovators, having created new LAHS traditions during the pandemic, achieving state and federal recognition as a green ribbon school, supporting peers and staff with technology access, and challenging school and city leaders to improve our local communities. A community is best defined by the people who choose to step up, get involved, and create a better environment for everyone. Jessica, Audrey, Margaret, and Ben have taken on this challenge. Through their actions, they have made LAHS, our local communities, and the world a better place. They represent the best of what we value here at LAHS. We are extremely proud of these four and will miss them next year. Congratulations on all that you have accomplished, and best of luck in your future.
Those are some amazing children, and we really appreciate parents you letting us share them with you. But now we're getting down to business. Members of the Board of Trustees for the Mountain View Los Altos High School District, it is my pleasure to certify that the students seated to my left have successfully completed the MVLA district requirements for graduation.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment that we have all been waiting for. Mr. Sproul and Mr. Bettencourt will read the graduates' names. We will be acknowledging students who have earned a grade point average of 4.0 and also students earning graduation with honors of a GPA of 4.5 and above at this time.
Maria Anika Ariana Abad.
Reread it? Tell me when. Okay.
Maria Anika Ariana Abad. Ryan Abe. Brenda Aguilar. Clara Aklahi. Layla Al-Agbash. Georgia Allen. Brian Amezcua. Maya Amit. Joseph An. Akshar Anant. Kalyani Anderson. Kevin Andrews. Cyan Andrews, 4.5 graduate with distinction. Ethan Affelberg, 4.0 graduate and 4.5 graduate with distinction. Megan Affelberg, 4.0 graduate and 4.5 graduate with distinction. Russell Arbor, 4.0 graduate and 4.5 graduate with distinction. David Arista Primitivo. Gabe Erui. Kara Askren. Maya Atasi, 4.5 graduate with distinction. Charles Atkins, 4.0 graduate. Aaron Atluri. Layla Bauman. Suvi Bajaj, 4.5 graduate with distinction. Francesca Bika. America Baltazar. Elizabeth Barnett. Marin Ba. Jamie Baum. Leslie Batista. Aaliyah Bell. Leon Barra. Isabel Burney, 4.0 graduate and 4.5 graduate with distinction. Akanchia Bott, 4.0 graduate and 4.5 graduate with distinction. Soham Bonagiri, 4.5 graduate with distinction. Matilda Birdfun Iben. Daniel Bloom. Jared Bull. Audrey Benninghausen, 4.5 graduate with distinction. Bianca Bogdanich. Hannah Bobat Dridi. Layla Boivir. Izzy Bousted. Roya Buzari. Blake Brinsfield. Maxfield Brucato. Owen Brunner. Maya Bryan. Nia Bui. Jason Cabrera Torres. Zoltan Kabudi. Jason Calderon. Fabian Cajea. Oliver Camp. Brianna Campos. Janelle Xiao. Margaret Capet, 4.0 graduate and 4.5 graduate with distinction. Emily Ruby Carbajal Aguilar. Clara Carlson. Aaron Cardy, 4.0 graduate and 4.5 graduate with distinction. Daniel Casares Iglesias. Alejandro Castillo Julio. Michelle Cutdrall. Amy Cativo. Julissa Cervantes. Audrey Chang, 4.0 graduate and 4.5 graduate with distinction. Ella Chang, 4.0 graduate and 4.5 graduate with distinction. Kelly Chang, 4.0 graduate and 4.5 graduate with distinction. Valentina Chang, 4.0 graduate and 4.5 graduate with distinction. Michael Chavez Zapata. Alec Chechik. Alan Chen. Luca Chen. Caroline Chang. Igor Cherkashin. Nathan Chiochios. Mira Sharuvalu, 4.5 graduate with distinction. Tiger Choi. Rowena Christuraj. Vivek Chudasuma. Lauren Chung. Gia Simring. Jeffrey Klish. Olivia Colache. Madeline Collard. Alessio Colley. James Conroy. Wyatt Conroy. Omar Contreras Sanchez. Colby Cook. Christian Corona. Rubicela Cortez. Brian Cox. Naomi Cremu. Juan Cruz Espinoza. Laura Cruz Mojica. Charlotte Cuevas. Melissa Cup. Jason Curcio. Dominic De Augusta. Edgar Davalos. Artin Davari. Fraulein Rebel de Luna. Oscar Del Rio. Catherine De La Fuente. Julie Deng. Ziyi Deng. Minzo Denkabi. Sierra De Rosier. Jimmy Dasuki. Aaron Diaz. Diana Diaz. Christina Ding, 4.5 graduate with distinction. Aditi Dixith. Ethan Donley. Rocio Don Lucas Gonzalez. Kevin Donnelly. Jessica Dooley. Jane Dormady. Jack Dragoli, 4.5 graduate with distinction. Oscar DeFos.
Alana Eisenberg, 4.0 graduate and 4.5 graduate with distinction. Nicholas Elitic. Ruby Ellis. Aiden Capono Elpedes. Oh, yeah. Moritz Endler. Annalisa Fachet, 4.5 graduate with distinction. Gavin Ferry. Mariana Facalolo. Benjamin Falkenberg, 4.0 graduate and 4.5 graduate with distinction. Oh, what happened? Ethan Feldman. Sorry, got confused there. Della Feldman Peterson. Joseph Feldman Peterson. Evan Fine. Eric Flores Janes. Samantha Ford. Talia Frank. Ella Frida Eskenazi. Isa Frigino, 4.0 graduate and 4.5 graduate with distinction. Bailey Fu, 4.0 graduate and 4.5 graduate with distinction. Annika Gaglani. Diana Galstion. Jimmy Gao. Sergio Garcia. Samantha Garcia Chavez. Cesar Garcia Perez. Emily Gatica Arellano. Maria Gatica Hernandez. Cyrus Gaylord, 4.5 graduate with distinction. Anne-Sophie Geldmeyer, 4.5 graduate with distinction. Hannah Ghaffari, 4.5 graduate with distinction. Gabriel Jacali. Lucy Gilbert Fagan. Natalia Gilat. Sophie Gerard. Marie Gaderis. Sahir Gomez Pacheco. David Gong, 4.5 graduate with distinction. Mateo Gonzalez. Shayla Gossain, 4.5 graduate with distinction. Brandon Gottlieb. Vincent Gould. Emma Garan. Haley Grant. Kelsey Grant. Tom Grellin. Theo Gassell. Cesar Guardarama Romero. Carla Guerrero. Mary Ellen Gutierrez. Johan Guiomard, 4.5 graduate with distinction. Abigail Hagan. Madeline Hale. Vivian Hanna. Lauren Harrigan. Tom Harpez, 4.5 graduate with distinction. Sophia Hauser. Yeah. Maayan Tepman. Mu Hee. Rachel Hegde Shanbog. Kellen Henry. Colin Hepworth. Adenel Hernandez Banderas. Alisa Hernandez Perez. Grady Hoffman, 4.0 graduate and 4.5 graduate with distinction. Carson Holleb. Hans Holst. Niels Holst. Parissa Homayon. Allison Hong, 4.5 graduate with distinction. Isabel Hong, 4.0 graduate and 4.5 graduate with distinction. Diana Shea. Joanna Shea. Nicholas Huang. Stella Huang, 4.5 graduate with distinction and 4.0 graduate. Sophia Hurst. Joshua Ichiryu. Anton Ivanushkin. Karthik Iyer, 4.5 graduate with distinction. Ali Jabarzadeh Gangje. Asha Jain. Leo Jakes. Mei Jiang, 4.5 graduate with distinction. Anthony Jin, 4.5 graduate with distinction. Okay. Ryan Jones. Shreya Juneja, 4.5 graduate with distinction. Rebecca Cable, 4.5 graduate with distinction. Benjamin Kamen. Samantha Cow, 4.5 graduate with distinction. Nazli Kaplan-Kieran. Zachary Kasich. Maura Kelleher, 4.0 graduate and 4.5 graduate with distinction. Zarina Cotter. Joshua Kim. Zan Kitiakara. Aaron Kleidermacher. Morgan Nab. Etienne Coconadoso. Yorgos Kontianis. Ekaterina Korolevskaya, 4.5 graduate with distinction. Oops. Dennis Koch. Catherine Kudrowski. Kylie Krames. Reagan Krames. Nikki Kramer. Tom Crute. Michael Croyan. Hikaru Kurusu. Eli Ladismaki. Artin Lani. Jamie Linez Valencia. BJ Lama. AJ Lama. Oh, or not here. Brooke Lang, 4.0 graduate and 4.5 graduate with distinction. Lisbeth Lara. Alexis Lara Alvarado. No. Parissa Larson. Casey Lavin. Alina Lawler. Amanda Lay, 4.0 graduate and 4.5 graduate with distinction. Christopher Lay, 4.5 graduate with distinction. Melanie Leal Sumale. Daniel Levacos. Kira Ledbetter. Anna Lee. Ethan Lee. Everett Lee, 4.5 graduate with distinction. Jocelyn Lee, 4.0 graduate and 4.5 graduate with distinction. Joy Lee. Amy Leon. Carissa Leong. Matthew Leong. Sofia Alexandrovna Levitsky. Thomas Lilligren. Amara Lynn. Jeremy Lynn, 4.5 graduate with distinction. Matthew Lynn. Nicholas Ling. Desmond Leo. Gael Lopez. Maria Lopez. Rachel Lopez. Ivan Lopez Jimenez. Oh. Ethan Lowe. Luis Antonio Lucero Estrada Jr. Go around.
Angelina Liu, 4.0 graduate and 4.5 graduate with distinction. Emily Ma. Molara Mababugunje. Laura McKenzie, 4.0 graduate and 4.5 graduate with distinction. Lauren Madger. Jared Mayama. Kieran Mon. Declan Mahoney. Anna Mayorik. Anika Maliupian, 4.5 graduate with distinction. Shivani Mandalaparty. Roy Mao. Jonathan Merez Ariano. Jasmine Rose Marin. Carla Marin. Gabriela Oliveira Marquez. Axel Marquez Gonzalez. Michael Miras. Daniel Martinez. Elijah Martinez. Dylan Martinez. Elias Mays. Brianna McKen. Marcus McMillan. Emily McNally. Aaliyah McPherson. Victor Medina. Julia Meggett. Justin Mizelis. Cesar Mija. Marian Mendoza Cortez. Oscar Mendoza. Oswaldo Mendoza Morales. Arsh Merchant. Zane Merchant. Rachel Massell. Faris Mian. Kevin Mian. Mahir Merchandani, 4.5 graduate with distinction. Zachariah Matani. Lauren Miyake. Emilia Mojeta Vertiz. Hanik Moore. Adolfo Montez Sanchez. Leela Moon. Abigail Mose, 4.0 graduate and 4.5 graduate with distinction. Seth Mose. Sophia Moriez. Eliza Morgan. Lauren Morimoto. Joseph Mausolem. Gannon Monroe. Alexis Music. Samuel Nath. Varun Nathamuni. Emmanuel Navarro. Pedro Navarro. Daniel Nee, 4.5 graduate with distinction. Jeremy Nieta. Charles O'Hanlon. Catherine O'Neill. Carla Oregon. Rosa Ortega. Midori Oxford. Akane Ozawa, 4.0 graduate. Maria Fernanda Palacios Martinez. Aaron Parker. Alexander Parsons. Grace Willow Patterson, 4.0 graduate and 4.5 graduate with distinction. Sarah Charlotte Patterson. Noelia Pedrosa Ruelas. Giovanni Penaflores. Kirsten Peterson. Caitlin Pham. Amy Fan. Juliana Pina Roja. Eugenia Polishek. Zion Prepose. Vladislav Prisakaru. Ash Prodromo. Megan Quinn. Luca Quintela. Joy Ron. Sahana Ram, 4.5 graduate with distinction. Kavya Ramamurthy, 4.0 graduate and 4.5 graduate with distinction. Jason Ramirez. Jasmine Ramos. Neve Ramos. Marcos Rahel Artiga. Sarah Rashid. Sarah Raimundo Diaz. Camden Wretchedmaker, 4.5 graduate with distinction. Garrett Regan. I.K. Raywald. Remington Ranking. Juntao Ren. Noah Ravello. Guadalupe Rios Amaya. Bianca Rito Ventura. Joshua Rocaselva. Ekaterina Rodova. Anna Marie Rodriguez. Sofia Rodriguez Becerro. Alexander Roland. Cesar Romero Cajellas. Eduardo Romero Fernandez. Edwin Rosas Hervasio. Justin Rosen. Kamorian Ross. Stephen Rotundo. Charisse Ruiz Amaya.
This
guy first.
Yeah. Bradley Saavedra Llanos. Luis Salazar Prado. Jair Salgado. Oliver Salmon. Jose Sanchez Ortiz. Alexander Santillan. Micaela Marie Santos. Rahul Sapru. Juliet Sartori. Arya Sastry. Arjun Satyavrooth. Amethyst Sayer. Maddie Sayer. Nicholas Shine. Emma Schmidt. Netta Schwartz. Jonathan Seelman Tenney, 4.5 graduate with distinction. Monet Sekiguchi, 4.5 graduate with distinction. Catherine Selden. Yash Shahani. Abby Shaked. Kyle Shang. Bill Shao, 4.0 graduate and 4.5 graduate with distinction. Anushka Shetty. Henry Shi, 4.0 graduate and 4.5 graduate with distinction. Yuting Shi. Jamie Shin, 4.5 graduate with distinction. Bella Siciliano. Carolina Silva. Sia Singh. Navya Singhai. Rithik Sinha, 4.5 graduate with distinction. Charles Syrie. Alessandro Cisniegas. Anna Smith. Cedric Smith. Kirul Solovyov. Brooke Subrian. Polina Spakovsky. Victor Spiesens. Julia Spitters. Avery St. Laurent. Gracie Stephenson. Ethan Steerup, 4.5 graduate with distinction. Sarah Stoops, 4.0 graduate and 4.5 graduate with distinction. Sachin Subramanian. Noah Suharchuk. Got it. Arthi Sumanth, 4.0 graduate and 4.5 graduate with distinction. Hana Suzuki. Yelena Tao, 4.5 graduate with distinction. Nolan Taylor. Morgan Taylor Cohen, 4.0 graduate and 4.5 graduate with distinction. Toby Texler. Isaac Tesfaye. Serena Theobald, 4.5 graduate with distinction. Maya Thomas. Jackson Tilley. Ezra Talk. Edison Tom. Eric Torres Tapia. Miles Townhill. David Tran. Natalie Tran. Will Trichler, 4.5 graduate with distinction. Aaron Trong, 4.5 graduate with distinction. Amy Sang, 4.0 graduate and 4.5 graduate with distinction. Leah Tizor. Alexander Van Guntz. Emma Van Voren. Jackson Van Voren, 4.0 graduate and 4.5 graduate with distinction. Alexander Vaniv. Sankath Varambali, 4.0 graduate and 4.5 graduate with distinction. Jackie Vasquez Correas. Israel Izzy Velasquez Bermeo. Keshav Verma. Ryan Voigt. Kevin Wang, 4.0 graduate. Ashley Warren. Harris Watson. Alexander Weber. Bar Viner, 4.5 graduate with distinction. Isaac Weingram. Isaac. Katharina Wellborn. Shannon Welsh. Ava Wheeler. Shelby White. Barrett Wong. Dylan Wong, 4.5 graduate with distinction. Elizabeth Wu. Andrea Wuthrich. Yao Yao Shao. Elisa Shong. Russell Yamasaki. Ethan Yang, 4.0 graduate and 4.5 graduate with distinction. Abhinav Yarmaneni. Karina Yen, 4.0 graduate and 4.5 graduate with distinction. Ashwin Yo, 4.5 graduate with distinction. Lauren Yi. Alicia Yim. Jessica Young, 4.5 graduate with distinction. Natalie Young. Justin Yu, 4.5 graduate with distinction. Sophia Yurchenko. Keela Zombre. Skylar Zombre. Nicole Zavala Lopez. John Zai. Nancy Zhang. Samantha Zhang. Aaron Zheng. Emily Zhu. Henry Zhu. Vivian Zhu. Parnia Zufanun. Adan Zuniga Gonzalez. Nathan Moore. Yes, I mean.
And now we would like to honor our graduates who are virtual graduates. So if you could just sit here with us for a second while we enjoy our virtual graduates and pay tribute to them.
Piper Aronson, Judy Bautista Dominguez, Peter Budko, Fangjun Chen, Julie Costa, Alexander Drummond, Ksenia Faliva, Jared Gamble, Aaron Hartley, Kaylee Higgins Oat, Alexander Jonas, Greta Jensen, 4.5 with distinction. Zizine Gia, 4.5 with distinction. Kira Lin. Sadie Miller, 4.0 graduate and 4.5 graduate with distinction. Zachary Milligan. Natalie Moore. Mijal Messine. Alan Noe Ortiz. Hugo Papalardo. Alexis Ramos Solis. Catherine Richardson. Itai Ronan. Alec Sayers. Trevor Smith. Nikolai Sobelvaro. Connor Stark. Lucy Tao. Rusandra Tico. Sage Tumri. William Withers. Albert Yu.
It has been a privilege working with you for the last 4 years, and the LAHS community wish you the best. Congratulations, class of 2021. Thank you to everyone for coming to this afternoon's celebration and for helping us celebrate the accomplishments of the class of 2021. As you know, Mountain View High School will be graduating right after us, so we are going to ask for some help from all of you. Graduates, I know you are excited up there. I think we forgot how far 6 feet was apart, but I need the graduates to exit, please. So graduates, can you exit and head out to your parents' cars? Parents, we're going to ask you to remain in your seats for a minute or two until we can get the graduates down, and then we ask you that you meet them at the cars. If you are attending grad night, please make sure you're back at school by 7:30 so you can load the buses. Again, class of 2021, it has been a pleasure. Congratulations and best wishes.